Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemanly ladies, my LGBTQ family, what's happening? Where you staying? What you playing? What you listening? What you working out? Are you working out? Drinking coffee? Not drinking? Decaf? Don't give me that. No decaf, thanks. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm of course, as most of the time, 99.9% in a rock and roll mood. A lot of rap, you know I do a lot of rap. I don't give a lot of rap. Coffee time, ladies and gentlemen. A special coffee with Dragan session. Yours truly, world citizen for my LGBTQ family. You know how we do it internationally. You know how we do it internationally. We do it internationally. We keep it LGBT, keep it rainbow all day. Gotta record that just for a little bit of rap. So I'm gonna use this beautiful gadget, marvelous, technical, magical. Before start drinking the coffee, I'm gonna do a little bit of rap. Before I pour my coffee, I just gotta do some rap. For my LGBTQ family, you know what's up. We keep a flag, where the flag is rainbow by my side, on my chest, and where we go, we internationally. Do you hear me say, spell it out loud? RAINBOW, rainbow. Keep it slow, keep it cool, fo, we pull it up some more, eating up like we don't really give up. Alright, Coffee with Dragan, ladies and gentlemen. Most know me as a philosopher, multidisciplinary artist, social commentary, of course, world citizen who's struggling financially at the moment, but last few weeks ago, mid-September, have devised a special budget. Of course, this is where I write my poetry, where a lot of the rap songs, other songs, theories, spiritual, political, financial theories are, and have, of course, put the have begun the budget, a new budget with the simple aim, of course, of reducing debt. And by reducing my debt, of course, decreasing the interest that is paid on it. Pour yourself a cup. We will be talking a little bit of budget, just general budget talk, Dragon style. Impediments, prospects, propositions, simplifying finance. This coffee that I've bought was 283 grams, believe, and it was $2.50, claiming to be Colombian coffee. It's not as good as the other Colombian I had, which was supposedly grown on the mountains, but it does the job. Meaning, as a coffee lover, to try different coffees. Do you see this? Comment about your favorite coffee, the least that you liked, and how do you take your coffee. Usually it's black, but now I have a little bit of sugar, and I've put a tiny bit of sugar. So, ladies and gentlemen, budget. Special for millennials. How is your budget planning going? Have you ever done a budget? Have you kept it? Are you an entrepreneur? You open a business? Household budget. What is a budget? A budget, of course, is the finance, your money, expenses, income, and expenditures. That is expenses. Expenses, of course, can be fixed, such as paying the cell phone bill, paying an electricity bill, and of course rent. And of course, if you have car payments, mortgages, those are usually fixed. However, of course, if the Bank of Canada, here in Canada where I reside, goes increase the rates, that is the lending rate for all the other banks. That's what the central bank does. The, of course, raising of the interest rates, and the Federal Reserve in the United States, and of course the European Central Bank plays the same role. Another role is fiscal monetary policy, but predominantly, of course, it's the interest rate that's the most important part, and that has a more hidden knowledge, not openly aware people are. But nonetheless, if like last few months past, since last November, the Bank of Canada has increased the rates 3 times, let's say. So each time that it's an increase, there's an increase in people's interest that they pay with the respective financial institutions, be it a bank or credit cards, that their rates usually go up. Mortgage credit line, for example, you have a credit with a bank and you owe money, the interest servicing, that is the interest that you pay, is of course increasing if the central bank increases its what's called prime lending rate. We'll not go into that because that's just to mention a bit, because it's important in a budget to keep in mind that that can affect you depending on X and Y factors, the amount of debt that you have, the interest, and how much. It could be a quarter of a percentile point. Usually it's by quarters of a percentile. It's not 1 full %, but it can be, if it's 3 increases, it can be 0.50 every time, and that's 1.5. And of course that's $1 for every 100. If you 1,000, that's right, 10, and so it increases with every 0. So ladies and gentlemen, budget have begun last few weeks ago. Relatively simple budget. Keep in mind this principle that I'm going to share, and it's of course one that I'm applying, that of course my situation is precarious, poverty, however there's opportunities, there's initiatives such as looking for employment, finding work, or making it on at the moment, of course, my videos do not get a lot of views. This not monetized. I've not received a penny from YouTube, but there's people, of course, who make a living. Here I am giving a breath of life coffee with Dragan, real talk, real talk, unscripted, unedited, straight from my office, which serves as the World Citizens Gym, where I offer free classes for fitness, workout for myself. My sister has joined us. And of course, it's my spiritual temple as a spiritual teacher. And as a philosopher advocate, LGBTQ rights, anti-poverty, and poetry, of course, the world's greatest living poet. And of course, other financial opportunities, business, or extra income that can be helpful for somebody, such as who's in my position or can have debt in order to pay it. So bottom line is, the principle is this, that you need to, if you have debt, you need to start paying it and start attacking the capital, of course, the capital that you owe. X, whatever that amount might be for you. It could be 1,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000. Student loans. I myself do not have a student loan. There's a lot of millennials who do. Pay some interest on that, pay some fees, some of this, some of that. I want to hear from you, your personal experience. Statistics. What are the statistics saying? What are the alternatives? Have you ever went bankrupt? How was that experience? What did that entail? Credit card. Have you have bad credit? You have good credit? How did you maintain it? How do you do it? Want to hear from you. This is dialogue, this is cooperation, this is mutual support. And of course, so bottom line is, to reduce the interest that you pay, you gotta cut down the debt. So that should be in a budget that you want to recover, heal, and achieve financially, and achieve financial security. That is an important goal. Of course, debt is not necessarily bad. What is bad, of course, and credit is credit is awesome, credit is good, credit is numero uno. What's bad is the interest that we pay. Pure and simple. It's not credit that's bad. It's not debt really per se that's bad. It's how much interest we pay on that debt, on that credit, right? So bottom line is that interest has to be reduced in order for you, or for one who's living in precarious financial situations, such as myself at the moment, needs to understand that that is one of the goals. So you gotta fight the debt, because you're fighting not necessarily the debt and the credit, I said, but it's the interest. Because every month you're paying an interest, and that interest can be X, Y, or Z. It can be $10. $10 is not so bad, but it can be 50 and $50. It starts to be week groceries for some, right? And so 50, or it can be more in the hundreds, right? Total interest. You got 3 credit cards, they're maxed out. You're paying what, 19%, or whatever it is, a few thousand. You got 15, 20,000 in credit card debt. You can pay up to 156 per month, or 200, 300 per month, depending on the interest. Of course, it's easy to calculate. Of course, the credit card, when you get the bill, right, or not the bill, but when you get the opportunity, it says the percentage, right? It doesn't say, and I'm advocating that they should say there how much you'll be paying a month in certain cases. X case, 0 or 100, you don't pay a lot. Mid, half maxed out, you pay this much, and maxed out, you pay this much. It's not there. It gives you a percentage. How many people have you? Be honest now. Be honest with yourself. We're working together on this. Myself, I'm learning, acquiring more wisdom, understanding, and knowledge about everything related to finance. The universe, financial universe, is complex, can be complex, but there's simple fundamentals that are simple. And to get a budget, to raw here from his grassroots, myself, coffee here on the Coffee with Dragan show, if you want to call it what you will, show, episode, I call it therapy. Coffee therapy is, of course, the fundamentals are, of course, they're not paying interest. Because interest, you pay interest, the money, your income, and your spending power, right? You can buy less of this, so, and of everything, and you can save less, right? You pay interest, you save less, right? You can't be saving and paying interest. You don't save until you paid off your debts, your credit cards, until you don't pay. You only pay $1 or $3 or $11 max per month in interest. Then you can save. Otherwise, don't, because you're not. It's not a good strategy financially. So, bottom line is that to recover financially and heal, finance healing, and attain financial security, one must struggle against debt and credit, and to pay off the interest, to not pay interest, reach that level as financial security, to not pay interest, and of course increase your income, increase one's income, because jobs, of course, since the financial crisis, the salaries have stagnated. Although we'll raise this cup to Jeff Bezos, Mr. from Amazon, Bezos. Yes, good job. He raised to $15 minimum. I still believe that, as Amazon, a huge company, it's a good thing that he did. So as much as I'm a critic of corporate, the corporate world, the finance, of course, financialization, all this, of capitalism as its entirety as a system, this I have to applaud, and we'll applaud Jeff Bezos for this, because it's a good thing. In my opinion, it's gonna just increase consumption and production at the same time. So both factors will go up, because the elemental of the economics of this will produce just that. As an independent financial student, I'm saying that. So that is the bottom line for that, in my opinion. And that's Jeff Bezos, by increasing it to 15, a struggle that do support minimum wage to 15 is a good thing. Although now I'm thinking, when will it take effect? Did it take effect immediately? That's my hope, is that it take effect immediately. If not, of course, before the holidays. It's a good thing, for the employees to breathe easier. We'll not digress into a debate whether you believe in the 15 raising the minimum wage or not, because it's not for that. This is, of course, Coffee with Dragan, special oriented towards the budget question, and we'll keep it budget. So kept it very simple. I've put an envelope, my name, Adrian H. Dragan, on it, and I'm gonna stack the bills there. My, of course, have a fixed income at the present moment in time. I'm working on selling, publishing a poetry book, if possible, of course, other financial opportunities such as my songwriting as an artist, multidisciplinary artist, my spiritual teachings, perhaps, give dialogues or attend a conference, things of that nature. But, of course, at the moment, unemployed, financially precarious, on welfare, social assistance should be raised a little bit, 10%, 15%. Fixed income, fixed. So the fixed expenses. Fixed expenses, basically for me, it's three things: rent, cell phone, and electricity. But electricity varies. So whatever that is, those fixed ones is for you. You have to put them, they're kind of set, although electricity, it varies, it fluctuates. But other things, of course, are set. So those is in my budget, and a lot of people say this: fixed expenses, income. And then you divide it. And then you gotta cut down the cost. What can you reduce? Because you want to pay off the debt. So you can look at you look at myself and I'm looking at the best deals in town. Bananas, the other day, 39 cents. Just one example. There were bags of, and I showed this on Facebook, like for 3 bags of 5 pounds each of carrots, either carrots, rutabagas, onions, beets, stuff like that. I've cooked it over the weekend for the Canadian Thanksgiving, red turkey, stuff like that. Those were expenses, right? Can you lower it? Can you get the best deal for bananas if you're gonna buy bananas? For eggs if you're gonna buy eggs? For potatoes? For milk? Because it adds up. See, we don't think. But this is in this situation, and a lot of us are. The middle class has been, of course, since the Great Recession, the global financial crisis that began in the July 28th, 2007 or so, end of July 2007, and then it became the Great Recession a year later in 2008. And some people still say that we're still recovering from that. At least the majority of the people, middle class, lower income class, those unemployed who were struggling, lost their jobs. Myself, the hours were reduced back then by 3 times. From 37 went to 30, and to 28, and to 22 a week, 1 point. Wow. In retail, so almost half, almost half of working hours per week reduced 3 times in a period of 6 months during the financial crisis, 2008, 2009, or during a course of like a year maybe, or from 2008 like February to 2009 February, like from 37, 33, then 28, then 20, 22, 20, I remember, we had a van, we used to get 2 vans a night, sometimes of merchandise, and I thought, only 1 van, but so yeah. So started it actually September 14th. September 14th, we're what? Today is the October 9th. So 3 weeks ago. So after I put setting a budget in order to heal, recovering, achieve financial security, general mission statement, real finance notes in the bank account, in deficit, in the minus, the debt 10,000, the interest paid on the debt monthly about $77, current real income 698, other expected revenue from the debt that I've loaned to other people in the past, other expected revenue such as a project I have called Citizen Beggar Project, artistic financial profit, and of course my poetry, songwriting, because I'm not doing any profit right now on YouTube, so people are making a living off of YouTube. And then this month, of course, I've begun October 1st to November 1st finance. See, because this is the real, because that was began in September 14 with general outliers. And this, of course, being the first full month. So then, how I set it up, mostly in writing style, not too complex mathematics, because there's no need. Interest is simple to calculate, even though in the bank, in the credit card sends you, they don't calculate it for you. They say the percentages, but you have to read all that and you have to calculate it, of course, yourself in order to know. So first answer those questions, and then of course how to cut down the cost and focus on servicing the debt, paying less interest, basically paying less interest. And that's how you increase your revenue, because you're paying less interest, you increase your revenue, right? So the total October income 698, social assistance, status financial precariousness, unemployed and with $10,000 in debt, paying $77.70 about monthly in interest. Current bank account was in the minus 285. Expected bank account at the end of the month minus 360 because of the interest, minus $77.70. The bills paid beginning of the month: rent $253, the bus pass to get around $85. It has increased again. Electricity bill $44, but it can be $50, it can be even up to $66.6 maybe during the harsher 2 months of the winters here. So that varies. Groceries are of course not set, so it's not there. Cell phone $60.66. Expected financial returns for the splitting of the electricity bill, bus pass, and other $93 from past debt. Possible financial blessings: employment, of course, creative initiatives, alternative social enterprise, and other public or private financing. Then actions for finance recovery, healing, and security. Send employment letters, contact for artistic and art-related opportunities, the Citizen Beggar Project, and that's a project I'm working on, and social media ventures such as YouTube, Facebook. YouTube, I'm not monetized anymore. All my poetry is there for free. My workouts, I've not begun receiving any financial benefits from them, save that they're live stream. I do it with love, with passion. If anybody donates, that's a blessing, maybe threefold return into him, her, or they. And so, social media ventures. Other notes, so that's notes as we go. For example, laundry expense $850, and this is gonna be another month at the end of the month, right? Because I did it last week. So to last Friday. $8.50. Grocery expenses $33.07 for the groceries. So this was, of course, for Thanksgiving, turkey, what have you. And have got a blessing of tax return. Tax return from the government, from the bus, and from other tax returns of about 156. I'm not sure the exact amount, I'm gonna have to check, but so that was an additional income. And I have to put, of course, what's in the minus. It's minus laundry expenses, minus groceries, minus the return from the government is, of course, counted as an income, so it's a plus. So you get the idea. Anything you go in the minus, you spend, you mark it. Anything you gain past that, somebody gives you a dollar bill, you mark it. Mark it down to keep track. Like today, went shopping. And laundry soap. It's on special. Toilet paper. You can't go without those things. You can go without liquor. You can go without booze, cigarettes. You can go without. And some people can't, but hopefully you can. Pornography. I'm trying to work on that. Pornography. So that's pretty simple for me budget. So now I'm gonna look at the bills. That I spent today. Oh no, this is not a bill, this is a rain check. Because the laundry was on special and this is good for 2 months. So October, November, December. I'm gonna try to go maybe November and December, and I'm gonna get all Dutch for $2 each. I'm gonna get 6 because I'm sharing them with a friend, and so that's a good deal. $2 for the laundry. It's a necessity. See? So do you ask for rain checks? That's another thing. Save money. Do you use the rain checks after? Is there a rate? Have you keep track? You keep in mind about it. Of course, I've bought some old Dutch. I've bought 3 and 1 split. 1 for me, 1 for sister friend, and half for splitting. So that was $6, 3, 4, $5.99. It was not special. 2 liters each. So that's good amount to have stacked for a few weeks, few months. And with the coupon to get more to have for the whole winter, maybe. Hygienic paper, that is toilet paper, $2.77 from $5.99. So this is more than half price off. This is more than $3.22, right? It's a good deal. More than half price off. Bought myself some instantaneous coffee because love hazelnuts by themselves. Love hazelnuts, chocolate in chocolate. And love coffee with hazelnut flavor. So it was on special. It was $3.99 Nescafe. So the coming days, weeks, months ahead, in the next coffee with Dragan, probably gonna be there. But now I have supply for about until Christmas, I would say. Until Christmas time. Maybe not. So anyways, that was 14 7, but keep in mind I split and $3 off, so 11.07 in real cost. Right, so I got that, and then I went shopping at the what's called the dollar store. So I got for 50 cents 2 packs of for the hair net, not nets, but the elastics, hair elastics. So it cost me $1 for 2 packs, about 11 each. 10 small ones and 1 big one, so 11 each. 2 big ones and like 10 small ones, multicolor. The bag cost me 34 cents because it's like an eco bag that you can go again buy with it. It's a big bag, kind of worth it. Got myself some of these because of course they stopped working. One stopped working, the left one stopped working. Of course they're not the best quality, so bought one for $3.50. And on those they have a 25-cent fee, what's called an eco fee, so environmental ecological fee. I hope that because on each one it adds up, right? On 4 it's already $1. I hope that it goes really into the environment and ecological, and I really hope so. Biscuits got for $2, got 4 packs from Portugal. Portuguese biscuits, 800 grams for $2 is a good deal. Got some shampoo from Israel actually. First time I'm using this brand. It's a $3 brand. It's from the Dead Sea, made with Dead Sea minerals, so I'm excited. See, maybe it's gonna do some good things for my hair. With the shampoo, Israel, Dead Sea minerals, and super glue. Have a little lion with an injury on his leg. Beautiful lion. It's golden green, like a green golden style. Different shades of gold and green together in the line. So I want to cover it here a little bit. And then got for $3.50 a body wash, again from Israel, Dead Sea minerals. I've never tried it before, so for $3.50 for it. It's a liter, so it's pretty good, pretty impressive. And I've gotten for $2.50 deodorant. So I've spent $17.34 plus tax, 77 cents in TPS, 5% TVQ, 153. So total $19.64. And that, and of course keep in mind that on that I've split. So I'm just gonna add them up. I could do the math like that, but just to be more precise, $19.64 plus, I'm gonna put $14.07, even though in reality it's splitting, so it's minus $33.71. That's expenses that I'm gonna put. However, so $33 expense. I'm gonna put EXP expenses. However, ta-da! This is finance for debt from my dear friend, sisterly friend, oftentimes teacher. Who has paid a share of the weekend expenses for the Thanksgiving and the half of the hydro bill. That is, we call hydro here because it's called Hydro Quebec, but what I mean to say by hydro, that's the name of the company. It's actually it's actually more public, but there's private interest, so I'm not going to that. It's called Hydro Quebec, so when I say by hydro, it's basically the electricity bill. So I got some money back. Ta-da! We got $2 Canadian. And we got a 5. And that is 7. 7, right? We got a 10. And we got a 20. 20 green for the queen. So that is 37. And expenses were 33.40, 33.71, right? So minus 33.71, $3.29, $3.50, like 3.30. Let's say what 3.30. So I'm actually, well, I'm not in the plus because I'm in a financially precarious situation, trying to pay off the debt, to not pay interest because interest is bad for us. But nonetheless, 20 plus 10, that's 5 and 7, that's 37. So today I've gotten more money in than I've spent, bottom line, right? So I'm gonna mark it down. INC, EXP for expense, INC for income, 37. Plus, put a plus. Plus, and the other one is minus. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Budgeting Coffee with Dragon, raw, real, revolutionary. 20. 10. 5, that's 35, and 2.